Foundation, Mrs. Dayo Keshi. Welcome. Good morning. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us, Mrs. Keshi. It's been a while.
I know.
So let's talk about youth and leadership, very briefly to tell us how this youth and leadership and youth and governance can be achieved through the implementation of the African Youth Charter. Tell us about that very briefly.
Yes. Actually, the African Youth Charter has been in existence for decades. The truth of the matter is that it has never been brought up for discussion or even for consideration, implementation considerations. So we in the foundation decided it's about time, because it clearly outlines, every bit that the youth can contribute in their own way that will effectively affect their lives, youth, of youths. And so we felt in AfriGrowth Foundation, because we focus on youth and children, that's our mainstay. And we felt, there is already an existing document. Why don't we then promote that document and get that document into becoming active, if you know what I mean. So we spoke to a few of our partners who fortunately supported us, and I'm proud to say that AIT also saw the essence of that if you do not focus on youth development, then all what we do, I dare say, even though people challenge me, is in vain. Because the youth must buy in, because they are going to carry it into the future. So it's not about us saying, oh, youths are always temperamental. Oh, no. It's about this being a charter that will influence the position of youths and their contribution into development.
But for them to contribute, they need to also have the knowledge.
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
Do you identify the lapse in knowledge base as also a challenge in how much they engage and contribute into the governance system?
Yes, to a certain extent. Why do I say so? Because sometimes ignorance is not born out of not wanting to know. Ignorance is born out of not being given access to know. There is a difference. So for us, what we are trying to do, or what we envisage to do, not trying, envisage to do, is to provide that, to cover the gap and get youth to understand that this is a charter that is totally in favor of youth development, youth implementation, youth participation in governance. So it's not for any other group, it's for the youth. So for them to make it useful or bring it to fruition, they must understand that charter. And that is what we have set out to do, to say every youth must key into the charter for better understanding of the role they will have to play in bringing the charter to fruition, if I can say so. And we thank the partnership we have with AIT, because they've been kind to also say, okay, in that case, you come out and say what needs to be done.
All right, let me take it from there. Highlight for us what are some of the content of this charter that the youth, the ones that they should focus on, particularly in such a time as this, because I see your program is coming up, and it's part of it is to engage youth in inclusion in a post-COVID-19 Africa. So how do they take advantage of the charter in preparing for a post-COVID-19 Africa?
Well, the truth of the matter is that our youths are more knowledgeable than we give them credit for. However, is the temperament, and it's expected. We've all been youths before. They want things done now, immediately now, or they are trying to dodge. You know what I'm saying? They want to avoid not doing it. So what we do is I would say we create a bridge to say, okay, could we please address this issue in this way, ABC? Not because we are trying to hide from the truth, but because we have to make it palatable to those we are trying to bring into the curve. So we act as a kind of, I don't want to say a bridge, it's not a bridge really, it's more like creating the right environment for this charter to be a, you know, a youth contribution, as it were. Not make it seem as if we want to dictate even through the charter, because we can't. It's solely to be understood and implemented by the youths. That's what that charter
How do the
is
youth
about.
really come in here, and how do they internalize the content of this charter?
Well, to be fair to the youths, they've internalized it. Why do I say so? Because they even have taken on the responsibility of, you know, explaining, as it were, if given the platform to do so. And that is why we are here today to say we would be looking forward to a strong partnership in the sense of, you know, actualizing the charter. It's not about even AfriGrowth Foundation actualizing. No. We are like the, you know, like when you are giving birth, there is a different person giving birth to that child. But guess what? They need the doctors to make sure it happens as it should be. And that is all we are saying. And we thank you for bringing us here, because people have said, oh, this is a new way of wanting, you know, to start a new thing that will bring youth. It's not. It's always been there, and it's all over the world. You know, the youth contribution is very key to the development of any nation. We all know that. So this contribution is even structural, you know, because this is a method that is employed by other countries. So they will be dialoguing with their counterparts from all other countries. It's not a new thing. It's been there.
All right.
So now we are saying it's time that we bring it to the fore for them to, you know, be better understood, and for people to buy in, especially the media. Like
You have a forthcoming event which is going to hold on the 12th of August. That's just a few days from now. Tell us briefly about that, where it's holding.
Well, the event, again, as you know, as we've said, is to actually get more people, you know, interested, but not only interested, I hesitate to say this, but to be knowledgeable. It's not only to be interested. You look at it from, in your own case, the press line, and you see a different thing from what I see. Why? Because that is your own that is your own strength. So what we want to do is pull your strength, pull from different other areas, and with the help of the media to say, you know what, we've always said the youths of the world, really, not only Nigeria, you know, they are troublemakers. They are not. They've gone past that. Now the youths we have out there, these are polished, well-informed young people, and I dare say, in majority of cases, well-traveled too. Some of them have lived, you know, in all the big nations in the world as well.
So understand this online discourse series is going to take place on Thursday?
Yes, we are going to have that on Thursday. We believe it will bring out, you know, more ideas. The main thing is we are hoping that through that, others too, including the media, you included, you know, will take it on as a topic, or a kind of, I'd like to say, being able to share knowledge. I know it's not common in Nigeria, but it has to be for us to grow. So we want to share this. It's not about AfriGrowth Foundation. It is indeed about what we are pushing forward. We want everybody to be a part of it.
And lots of young people indeed have so much to benefit.
A lot of young people would benefit. And not only benefit, because we always say that, a lot of young people will contribute meaningfully. Yes, you need to pull them in.
I see the time is 2 p.m. 2 p.m. on Thursday.
2 p.m. on Thursday.
And participants can come in via Zoom as well.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Via Zoom, mostly. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Dayo Keshi, for your time.
Thank you very much for having us. And I must say a special thank you to your organization, because you have been very supportive of this sector.
You're welcome.
Happy to be of help.
Thank you. Thank you.
All the best on Thursday.
Thank you.
Well, that's our show for this Tuesday. Thank you so much for being there with us. I'm pleased to join us again on Wednesday. I am Mutaba Umoran.
And I'm Senabi Ohiamokai. See you again soon.